Today's video is going to be an interesting one. We're going to talk about how we can use Tox to make somebody's hair better. Is it possible? I don't know. Let's find out. All right, so Botox has been out for many years to do all sorts of fun stuff, from getting rid of the wrinkles on your face to maybe getting rid of some of the lines on your neck. Heck, it's used to help prevent migraines. It helps with neck pain. They'll even inject it in your bladder if you're having bladder spasms. But a new thing is out there that they're testing Botox for, and it is for hair restoration. And when I first heard about this, I was like, that's not a thing. How can Tox make your hair grow back? Well, if you think about it, it actually can. Most male pattern baldness exists because of an overproduction of a hormone called dihydrotestosterone. And dihydrotestosterone is actually involved in an inflammatory process, okay? So any situation where you have inflammation, there's a little bit of DHT involved in there. And if you have the gene that allows DHT to negatively affect the hair on the top of your head, you're gonna have a problem, right? DHT, we know, affects the way blood flows into the scalp. And when you restrict the way blood flows into the scalp, what happens? The follicles miniaturize away. We had a follicle that was this big, it sheds, comes back this big, it sheds, comes back this big, and eventually all we have left is peach fuzz, right? So using Tox, how can we use Tox to increase blood flow to the scalp? Well, believe it or not, a lot of men have really tight scalps. The muscles that ring the head, we have the frontalis muscles, the temporalis muscles, the occipitals in the back of the head. They can be really tight and overcontracted. And when you have situations where muscles are really tight, the arteries, which live in the muscle layer, will flow through those muscles and get constricted. And if we constrict the arteries in the muscles or if we constrict the arteries while they're going through the muscle, you don't get as much blood flow to the scalp. So people that are way smarter than me said, I wonder if we use Tox to turn off the muscles in the scalp, if we can increase blood flow to the scalp. So what did they do? They went out and they started injecting all the muscles that ring the head, the frontalis, the temporalis, the occipitals, and they would put about 70 to 125 units in these various muscles and relax the muscles of the scalp. And lo and behold, they're starting to see improvement in the hair. Blood flow increases. I mean, just think about the frontalis muscle. You have the supratrochlear artery and the supraorbital artery. They all feed the front part of your scalp. And if that muscle's really tight, the blood flow is not going to be as rampant. Now we loosen that muscle, the blood flow goes through it a little bit better. And guess what? We got better blood supply to the scalp. They're finding up to a 30% increase in hair growth after injecting Botox for a period of weeks to years. So that's just another unique way that providers have figured out to use Tox for something different. What are we using it for this time? Make your hair grow. Makes sense, right? No, yeah, now that you think about it, it does.